In this video, I will be sharing with you 8 Nigerian pastors and clergymen who lied using the name of God. In the past, several Nigerian pastors and clergymen have uttered prophecies using the name of God, but to the surprise of everyone, such prophecies never came to pass. What went wrong? Can God be lying? No, impossible. God can never lie. So, if God cannot lie, then who lied? It means these prophets lied for their prophecies not coming to pass. So, ladies and gentlemen, after a careful study and research, I present to you 8 Nigerian pastors and clergymen who lied using the name of God. Number 1, Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, the spiritual director of Adoration Ministry. Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, in 2014, prophesied that God told him that Buhari will be the best president in Nigeria, and that Buhari is a God sent, and that he will save Nigeria from doom, poverty and insecurity. He stated that Buhari's regime is going to be the best and that Nigerians are going to enjoy his leadership. He urged Nigerians to vote for Buhari, that he is going to take the country to the promised land. Unfortunately, his prophecy ends up to be a lie, because Buhari became the worst president in Nigeria and did the opposite of what Father Mbaka prophesied in 2014. Number 2, Prophet TB Joshua, the general overseer of the Synagogue Church of All Nations. Late Prophet TB Joshua told the world in November 2016 that a woman would win the United States presidential election. He was referring to Hillary Clinton. But to everyone's surprise, Donald Trump won the election. In a bid to salvage his pride, Prophet TB Joshua said it was the prayers of Americans that saved the day. Number 3, Reverend Chris Okot, the senior pastor of the Household of God Church, Ikeja, Lagos. Reverend Chris Okot took the nation by storm during the 2003 presidential election in Nigeria. He told the world that God prophesied to him to contest for the presidency in Nigeria and that he would win. He contested for the presidency under the Justice Party and was humiliated as the election was won by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. In 2007, Reverend Chris Okot used God names again and emerged as the flag bearer of the Fresh Democratic Party. He was defeated by late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. In 2014, Reverend Chris Okot was at it again when he told the world that God told him to contest the 3rd time in 2015. Unfortunately for him, the 2015 presidential election was won by Muhammadu Buhari. Number 4, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, the founder of Omega Fire Ministry. Apostle Johnson Suleiman had declared during a service that Governor Nasir El-Rufai would die if he did not revoke the controversial preaching bill he came up with. The state government has not revoked the bill. The noise over it has died down and Governor El-Rufai is still living despite the non-revocation of the bill. Also, Apostle Johnson Suleiman predicted that except Americans pray, Barack Obama would seek 3rd term as president. with a likelihood of the presidential elections not holding. This never happened. Again, during the 2015 presidential election, Apostle Johnson Suleiman prophesied that Buhari would win all the eastern states in Nigeria, but Buhari lost all the eastern states in Nigeria to the People's Democratic Party (PDP) by a wide margin. Number 5. Pastor Tunde Bakare. Many could not forget in a hurry when Pastor Tunde Bakare, the senior pastor of the Latter Rain Assembly, took the nation by storm when he prophesied that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo would not be sworn in as President of Nigeria in 1999. The pastor said that he saw the crown hovered around the president's head a couple of times, moved closely as if to settle down on him, and just as Nigerians clapped and cheered, the crown flew off. He said a second crown came along, and that this time it was the crown of death. He finally declared that the crown would settle on the president's head, meaning Obasanjo would die. Well, Obasanjo did not only become president of Nigeria in 1999, he ruled for 8 years and he is still alive till this very moment. Number 6. Reverend Simon Onu. The popular Ebonyi-based pastor Reverend Simon Onu predicted in an interview that the Falcons of Nigeria would reach the semi-finals in the last Women's World Cup in France, while the host, France, would be placed 5th. He later blamed the deceitful spirit when the prediction failed. Reverend Simon Onu said the prophecy on the Falcons could have failed because he failed to interpret the revelation properly. He, however, insisted that in spite of the failed prophecy, the revelation of France placing 5th in the tournament still stood because it was from God. I don't know who is trying to convince. Number 7. Pastor Samuel Akim. During the 2019 presidential election in Nigeria, Pastor Samuel Akim, a Nigerian pastor based in South Africa, prophesied that Buhari would not emerge winner of the election and that he would die. According to him, please Nigerians, warn Buhari that he is going beyond his boundary, that the Lord said his tenure is once and not twice. If not, he will not see the election. If you know him and how to email the President of Nigeria, please write him a text. If he make a mistake to campaign for elections before the vote, he will die. And I'm saying the truth. I'm saying nothing but the truth, he declared. Buhari did not only campaign all over Nigeria, he also won the 2019 presidential election and is still very much alive till this day. Although there are so many rumors that Buhari is dead and that the man in Aso Rock is not Buhari but an imposter from Saudi Arabia. Number 8. Bishop Wale Wolagunju. The presiding bishop of Divine Seed of God Chapel Ministry, Ibadan, Oyo State, Bishop Wale Wolagunju, prophesied that Buhari would lose the 2019 presidential election to Atiku Abubakar, but it never happened. According to his words, let me congratulate President Muhammadu Buhari for winning the ticket of his party, the All Progressive Congress, and let me also make it clear to him that he will lose to Atiku Abubakar. Let me also congratulate Atiku Abubakar in advance because he will win the next presidential election come 2019, he stated. But unfortunately, Buhari won the 2019 presidential election.